We also got motherfucking Moon conjunct Saturn, right? There's gonna be and in Aquarius. Moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. The power of using your emotions to focus towards productive or useful things other than self-sabotage or isolation energy. Thank you so much for the donation. YRB, Rabbi Official. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real shit. Real shit. Yeah, so Moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. So we all got this power to use our emotions and not just for no float mountains and shit like that and separating ourselves and thinking this is the right thing to do. We're going to be able to use our emotions and feelings for something productive. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's an excitement feeling, a depressing feeling, a traumatic feeling, pardon me, a negative feeling, we're going to be able to use it for something productive. We're going to be like, oh, my feelings hurt. Oh, let me make a song. Oh, my feelings hurt. Oh, let me drive fast on the road because I'm a speed car driver. Oh, my feelings hurt. Oh, let me go be the best police officer. Or like, whatever the case, wherever you direct that energy towards. Let me be the best artist. Let me be the best drawer artist, or however the case may be, or the best designer. And then you might even start transmuting the energy because the vibration and the ideas that negative energy and trauma was putting you in, you might be able to create a symbol and bring out that symbol in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension as a representation on your clothes or your drawings or your music or something like that. And other people may not know what it represents, but you know what it represents. So every time you hear that song or look at your clothing and shit like that, it represents that. And it's going to attract other spirits and shit like that unwarranted. And now you have transmuted some negative energy into something positive. Now you're going to like your experiences you went into your life. Because you're going to start looking at all your experiences as none of them being negative. All of them just being learning experiences that you can transmute and treat like a bitch to make product out of it. And God love when you in that world. God don't fuck with spirits that always want to question that. God likes spirits that like to make things. Use things like a bitch. You have to be a maker here, a creator here, not blaming a creation for the creator. You are the creator. So if you don't know how to use things like a bitch, you don't know how to make things. God can't use you. And there's a lot of spirits down here that like to get their power away based upon how their upbringing, what their parents or siblings taught them, the religion that they're in, that this sounds negative. And shit like that. And then they put it in the context of their low, small world. So they think saying using something like a bitch could be used as using people. And a person with this mind state is always out to use people. This is already a low vibrational person, so they're already going to see things through the world that they're in. They're not on no spiritual path at all to even know what it even means of anything. So they only in this world for expectations. And 9 times out of 10, they probably ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? But when God puts you on a real mission, when you're using things like a bitch, you're only using yourself. And you know what it means to be used because God used you. So you know how to come to others that need to be used because you actually got something that they can use from you. And when you're around the right individuals and putting them on the right path, or they're already on the path you're on, the using energy don't become negative because we all become useful to each other. Now, when you try to get Nipsey Hussle, that's you casting pearls amongst swine, where you did shadow work so you could become an asset or useful for another individual, but then you make it amongst other individuals who haven't even went through the shadow work to become useful for themselves. So they end up using you for themselves. And then that's when you get into a situation of feeling like eventually you're feeling like the tree branch of someone else's crutch. You're feeling like the wheels on someone else's wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling like the goddammit suitcase and the person that someone else is inside of on your back and shit. So for the most part, you have to be careful. Because you will have somebody hanging on to you for dear life based on your energy. And the moment you separate it, this person might kill you. That's why don't be in no energy when you reach a certain position and you try to help, aka cash your pearls, amongst swine, aka family, associates, and friends that's not on your level yet. And it's okay to try, but if you don't even see no potential, don't be telling them everything you got going on. You put them through certain tests where you try, and based upon how they react or respond to the little pieces that you do give them, not the whole pie, the little piece, that would tell you everything. That would tell you if a person, if they was in certain other scenarios, they're willing to fully be with you. Or this is a person that you're going to have to deal with a lot of challenges just to even get there, and it's a waste of time based on the small portion you gave them and how they reacted and responded. For an example, let's say you want to play basketball and don't nobody know this. I know it's a dumb example, but it's the best way I can do it. And you amongst your friends right now, right? And let's say you want to play basketball and don't nobody know it yet. So you might be dealing with this mental shelter energy where you're in an environment that you don't necessarily want to go extremely expressing your true self because people may look at you as unnormal or weird. So you come up with like a witchcraft way of doing it. Now in this context, we just make it basketball one. I know it's a stupid one. And don't nobody know it yet. So you might be dealing with this mental shelter energy where you're in an environment you don't necessarily want to go extremely expressing your true self because people may look at you as unnormal or weird. So you come up with like a witchcraft way of doing it. Now in this context, we just make it basketball one. I know it's a stupid one. But let's say, right, you play basketball, or you want to, but you want to know if it's comfortable enough to start talking about you wanting to play basketball with these two friends you're around. So you come up with a little witchcraft. You give them a little piece, not the whole pie. You want to know if it's comfortable enough to start talking about you wanting to play basketball with these two friends you're around. So you come up with a little witchcraft. You give them a little piece, not the whole pie. You might say something about dribbling. So it ain't got nothing to do with you playing basketball. It might just got something to do with dribbling. Now, this is what you're going to be looking for throughout your witchcraft. On a percentage scale, who's going to react the most excited to dribbling? Now, this is what you're going to start to decipher. One of your friends going to be like, oh yeah, I like dribbling and shit like that. I like dribbling. The other friend going to be like, oh, fuck dribbling. Why you care about dribbling and shit like that? In your mind, this is the one that you're going to start to decipher between the two on, okay, I can talk about basketball and give this person a whole pie because I know that they like dribbling, the little piece I gave them. This one right here, I know not to even talk to them more about it and things of that nature because for the most part, they don't even like dribbling. So I'll be wasting my time even starting to talk about I like to play basketball around them in some way, shape, or form. So that'll be like the little witchcraft that you kind of do and shit like that in order to see who's around you at the moment that you can feel more comfortable casting your pearls amongst that swine. So when you start to take that person who are unaware that you truly want to play basketball yet, but they like dribbling, you can kind of piece scenarios in your mind that if you was to take this person to the basketball court that they ain't know you go to, that this person probably would like basketball too, and shit like that. So now you can kind of size up that, yeah, I could cast my pearls, and this is the friend that I can see that's probably willing to try faster than this friend and shit like that. So therefore, that will be the friend that you kind of will hold to you until they show you a situation that you done brought them to the basketball court so many times, and even though they showed you they like dribbling, they still not really wanting to play basketball with you. But you had enough experiences and confirmation of bringing them to the basketball court to see how they're going to actually be and shit like that. And if they don't, they just don't. But at least you went through the actual experiences. But 9 times out of 10, the one that you started that little piece and not gave them the whole pie to see if they even like basketball by you mentioning dribbling, when you do start creating the scenarios and you pieced up that part in your mind before you actually brought them to the basketball court, you brought in your mind like this would be the friend that I actually bring before the friend who was talking down on dribbling. When you do bring them, 9 times out of 10, that person will start playing basketball with you and shit like that. And that'll be the friend that, yeah, okay, this is the one not to separate from, and that's the one to separate from. Where it ended up not being a bridge burning scenario anyway. Because the one who didn't like dribbling, eventually they're going to be doing shit at the time that you and the other friend dribbling and the time that they ain't. So those situations, period, ain't going to be like y'all separated from each other because y'all don't like something about each other. Y'all just not dealing with each other at that time because y'all doing different things in your own grown men. So eventually that deals with separate times and space. So when y'all do come back together, ain't no animosity there, but the vibe is different, so y'all also don't sweat each other and just go find other people to fulfill those spaces that y'all built that separation between each other in. And that's how you actually supposed to, you know, put yourself on a godly mission where you're separating, where God separates you from the people, places, and things you know that's no longer useful, and put you around the people, places, and things that actually is useful. But in this context, you have to still put in the work based on how I just broke everything down. You give a person a piece, you see how they're going to look at it, and then they give you the confirmation if that's the individual you're going to cast your pearls amongst. And shit, and that's God seeing you put in the work, not you being scared, not you just sitting back, being quiet in isolation and expecting other people to know what's on your mind. And if they're not acting the way that you done made up in your little old dream world and shit like that, then you think you're proving yourself right by not interacting and intervening and shit like that. But really, you don't prove nobody right, but God putting you in your own hell. You know what I'm saying? It's deep spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta peep game when you playing with the energy and shit like that. Don't play around with that. Don't play around. This is why y'all make mistakes, because y'all don't be understanding shit like this. This is why y'all this is why y'all get lost and think, well, and even if you're talking and interacting, there's still spiritual versions where you're still holding back a lot of your chakras in the ways that you can act, to the point it's still you to a certain degree somewhere spiritually of you being quiet and some shit like that, and allowing the situation to play out, and you just thinking that, well, I'm just expecting this, and if they don't play out the way I'm imagining it, then I'm gonna go ahead and this is God telling me that I'm doing the right thing. No. You know what I'm saying? Going with the flow is one thing. Knowing how to participate each parameter of the flow is another thing. See, that's how Aries look at it and shit like that. Even beyond Scorpios, when it just comes to the clarity of Mars and shit, even though Pluto is exalted in Aries, right? It's not about getting lost in all the delusions and calling it spirituality. It's about understanding each experience on the way. Not getting lost here, not getting lost there, not getting lost here. Understanding before you even took one step. What's this first? Then the next step. What's that? Then the next step, what's that? You know what I'm saying? That's how Aries look at it. It ain't got nothing to do with simple-minded. No, it's making something what it is. And the Aries already there. So it's not like, oh, damn, I'm lost in all this delusion and it's a gray area, and it could be this, it could be that. No, it has to be black and white, because before you even made it gray, you have to look at this piece before that color. Then that color, then look at that, then look at that. Then therefore, you know everything that happened along the way. So you know your way back. So it becomes a map. And when you create a map, you're able to teach it. And it comes out as having a better idea to attack a circumstance or situation. All spirits have that ability. It's this Aries be getting there first. Because what y'all be calling spirituality sometimes is really being spiritually immature. Or lacking emotional intelligence. That's why every now and then when you do get to the last zodiac sign like Pisces, you might hear people say it's more spiritual. No, but really it's lacking emotional intelligence. So you allow your emotions to get the best of you. So it creates delusions. So every now and then Pisces can get lost in an illusion. But when you're able to get out of these things and know each area, how you got lost in it, so you can know your way back out of it, that's making something simple. They're going deep instead of going deep and trying to make something simple. But once you go deep, you're not going to know what area you're at to make simple. So you might make something that's lost in the deepness simple, but you made that simple, but it's a small world in all the lost deepness. So in the world you in, generally ain't simple. So it becomes gray area, like, for anyone to truly understand you. And it's on the extreme when it gets to Pisces, then a little less, but still extreme Aquarius, a little less than that, but still extreme Capricorn, a little less than that, but a little more extreme Sagittarius, a little less than that, but a little more extreme Scorpio, a little less than that, a little more extreme Libra, and then that's it. Then Virgo will start to transition back on the upper horizon houses and shit like that, where we start to get more practical. You know what I'm saying? So Virgo get more practical, but sometimes too practical. Then then goddamn it, Leo is too expressive with the practicality, but it's not as practical as Virgo, then Cancer can kind of be home like it, so it's lightened up a little bit, but still could be a little serious, just serious towards things that may not have anything to do with seriousness, like material or maternal, more things that deal with nurture and caring, being a Karen. Then you have Gemini and shit like that, then it's kind of like leaving the vagues of practicality, but we can come up with a couple good gang of ideas of how to be practical. Might not never do them. No, I'm saying we might just be talking. Might be just sharing ideas. But good idea how to might do the practical shit in the future. I'm saying real shit. We'll get you something at a time. Then Taurus, you here to learn what practicality means. Hopefully you could be the example. Then Aries, extreme is non-practical. Hopefully they can become higher octave. You know what I'm saying? They lead to practicality. Then that's it. And then we go up and down, up and down. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Don't go to front of that. Shout out to my sisters. I'm Jabari Love. Rich King. Milton. The sun just went down too. I can see the goddamn. I can see my face again. Real shit. I can see my face again. Joel, Luna Waters, goddamn it, Jam, Boom Boom, Empress Flows, Luna. Real shit. Jason Abbott, Mike's Monopoly. Just giving name. Real shit. But yay. You know what I'm saying? These energies are strong down this motherfucking shit. And we gotta peep motherfucking gang so we don't get too motherfucking flunked out and shit like that. And especially with all these transitions. Pluto at the end, motherfucking Venus get ready to go into motherfucking am I mistaken? I think motherfucking Aries. And this motherfucking shit. No, something is at a motherfucking late degree. Something is at a motherfucking late degree. Hold on. I think I'm right though. I'm right. I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah, Venus getting ready to go into Aries, so we about to be flunked out when it comes into love matters in this motherfucking shit. Well, shit, it's our kin our ways. That's on Ted Cloud Surfer. Yeah, we Tiffany Carr, Paul Brown. Yeah, we getting ready to motherfucking like I don't want to say turn up, but you might feel this extreme passion in some way, shape, or form, right? To turn up on your goals. And you may value individuality or self-centered energy. So make sure you plant good seeds and you're around individuals you can feel vulnerable around. Or you might create self-sabotaging energy because you might feel more comfortable with isolation. And it's not right to feel too comfortable with isolation during this particular time, because you're going to want your individuality to be reciprocal. You're going to want it to be seen by others in some way, shape, or form, because it's teamwork makes the dream work. So with Venus there, you're going to love your individuality, but if you're the lower octave of your sign, which is all the zodiac signs, you may have a love for individuality in an extreme way. And Venus is going to play out negative, because Venus is debilitated and motherfucking Aries, Scorpio, and it falls in Virgo. So when it's in Aries, it's going to play out an energy where you might go so extreme where loving your own individuality, it leads you into isolation. You're supposed to love your individuality of what your individuality have to offer for others. Then it can create that balance, and you can still be an individual and still experience the things that you value without it being so self-centered, because you're around others who value the same things. So whatever you was going to value that's self-centered, you could do it with someone else anyway, because they value that same thing. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So you don't appear to be naked. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, damn, I finally don't feel alone. I finally feel like I can actually express myself, and I ain't got to be questioned or a person to second question me, because the person I'm around that I'm expressing myself to, they express themselves in the same kind of way. So the only arguments or discrepancies we could come to is just when our spirit get tired of each other or something like that, or we just arguing over ideas. It really don't got anything to do with me leaving this person or anything of that, like shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we also got oh damn, I forgot about all this shit. We got motherfucking Venus conjuncting Neptune in Pisces, the power of delusion becoming real or reality only to you. So we have the peak game right now also with Venus conjuncting Neptune, right? There's going to be the power of delusion, because the exaltation of Venus is in Pisces, and Neptune is the ruler, the lower octave of Jupiter. So this is the power of delusion becoming real, right? So a lot of times, whatever delusion you into, right, that shit can become real. So if you're in some self-sabotaging energy, or you're devaluing yourself, or you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like other people deserve something more than you, and so you're making this as a reason to why you don't participate or something like that, all of this is self-sabotaging energy based on insecurities and shit like that. Don't let these things get the best of you. Especially if you actually have a connection with that manager or something like that, and you know that you can get that job. So you know that you is your own floatness trying to look at other people like they're better than you at that job. So this is you spiritually giving them the position by you secretly not doing something the manager wanted you to do due to the fact of you thinking that you're not good enough and you're not going to get picked anyway. So it's kind of like you giving it away. And don't let nobody take nothing from you like that, especially if you have a deep esoteric understanding and connection with whatever that you're going for. A gift, talent, creativity, however the case may be. Don't let nobody outside of you take what's for you. That's your test for you to even be in that mind frame if you're in that kind of mind frame at the moment. This is God testing you like, wait a minute, I thought this was you. Why are you looking at yourself spiritually right now and looking at it like this ain't you and this ain't what you want and shit like that? I thought you could handle all this. And the moment you be like, nah, it's supposed to be like this, that, and the third, and this person's supposed to be like this, that, all, the moment God's gonna be like, kiss my ass. Don't come back in my damn office. Thanks so much for the donation. Designer, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real shit. God gonna be like, man, kiss my ass. Don't get out of my damn office. You ain't shit. Me or none of my people thought like you when we was down there. So get the fuck out of my office. You ain't gonna get hired none of our jobs and shit. Because a lot of times that's how better males and better females think at times. You might be deeply connected with someone, but you don't feel valued about yourself based upon how you contrast yourself with that individual. So you'll start looking at everything that individual got and come up with something in your own mind about the individual and shit like that, and then give your connection away to something else based on what you think that individual would do to you and their abilities because you're insecure about something. And then that's God asking you, like, wait a minute, you wouldn't even be in that situation to have the satisfaction to have a thought like this. So are you a fighter or not? You know what I'm saying? Because I thought this was something you wanted to handle. And I thought this was something that you could show your ass because I thought you was powerful. So I thought you felt like you could go on this person to change everything. Why you scared about all the things you actually got to change now and do it? Why you scared to do it? Why you scared to do it? I'm showing you it's possible a little bit. I ain't saying it's about to be easy, but you got to do it. I said, then y'all start talking about, here y'all go again. Oh, but no, I want it like this. I expect it like this. And I was showed that guy, here go God again. Kiss my ass. I said that shit. God about to be like, kiss my ass again. Take your power way away from you. And now you sit somewhere else, like without even a satisfaction to even have a decision anymore. To be playing around with it. Y'all better stop playing with motherfucking God. And shut the ways. Real shit, yeah, God play too much. Real shit, real God play way too fucking much. Trust me, I know. I don't like even playing around with God like that. God always win. All the pool games, all the bowling games, all the speed car games, all the spade games, all the Metal Gear Solid games, real shit, Gears of War, all that shit, Call of Duty. At some point, I don't even like video games no more. I just go downstairs and go fight a mission. I ain't got no time for no video games. Real shit, I'ma lose anyway. Real shit, I'm gonna be busy there. Cause God childish. God ain't fucking with y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? And God be trying to fucking peace. God be like selfish. All the bitches in the back of the American dinner and shit like that. God, we can't even go upstairs in the hallway. All we hear a big old scream and an echo. Fuck Plato. No, Plato. Nonsense, so we gotta go back downstairs. You know, God don't know that we know that this is God's secret way of this God saying, don't fuck with me right now, I'm busy fucking. You know what I'm saying? God be trying to make it seem like, no, we gotta go on a mission. We ain't allowed to go rest now. We ain't allowed to go get on our room upstairs no more. I said, just not right now. God be trying to make it seem like that we gotta fight a mission. Nah, it's God's secret mission of being selfish and trying to fucking peace without being seen. Oh shit, my dick be hard as hell, shit like that. I gotta go fight a mission. I don't want to hear no man name talk about Galileo and shit. We soon about to go upstairs. I'm trying to lay down and stuff like that. I'm trying to find a consort so I can go lay down for the rest of my life. It's like, I hear the way down 5 doors down the hallway with a big old echo. Fuck Galileo, Leo. Oh shit, I gotta go back downstairs. I'm shit, my dick hard as hell. Shit, like, I wanna be selfish. I wanna be selfish and showing all the bitches in the back of the belly dinner. Hey, selfish as hell, real shit. Then I gotta go back down here and fight a war and shit. My whole life gotta go towards a mission and all that shit ain't shit. God ain't shit. God ain't shit, man. God ain't nothing. All puns intended, all puns intended. Really, over that. Now over that, I'm the one that ain't shit. I'm the one that gotta deal with all this bullshit and shit. I'm the one that's forced to become something. I'm expecting something to become out of this. God ain't shit. Ah, shit, but I'ma do it. I'ma do it. Hopefully I get to go back in my room. You know what I'm saying? My little consort, go back in my room, go a little rest. I said I have my own little room. You know what I'm saying? My consort be like the queen on the checkerboard. She run everything. I said real shit. I just pass down the thoughts and the heavenly thoughts and ideas and shit like that. I said real shit. I might stop slowing down, even being in my own videos. I told you I got that one video in my head where my consort, it's like the video gonna start, the bucket naked, the bucket naked. You know, I said real shit. So she gonna be the only female that's fully clothed. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have a pilot outfit on or something like that. And then but for the most part, she gonna play like Chi-Town and Players Club. So she run the whole club. So the whole video, she rapping and like taking the money from all the strippers that's actually stripping, bucket naked, or just with thongs on in the strip club. Like, so it's gonna be a whole sweet ass video, like a real video, or just like slapping asses or taking the money from chicks' G-strings and shit, and you know what I'm saying, collecting all the money. Then at the end of she rapping the lyrics and shit. She gonna have solo scenes and all that kind of shit while she walking through the club fully dressed. She the only one fully dressed though. Then, for the most part, at the end of the video and shit like that, then while the song going on, she gonna like walk in the back office. I'm sitting back there with my feet kicked up on the table. She gonna dump all the money on the table. End of the video. I want Chi-Town. Chi-Town. Hey, for she a cheater. Gonna be trouble. Real shit. Best video on World Star ever. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And I go to Miami and go into a strip club too. You know what I'm saying? We'll go on Fresh and Fit later on that day. You know what I'm saying? But early that day, we'll go to a strip club and shit like that. We'll actually shoot that video and shit like that. I go get some ones from the bank, and so you can throw it and collect the money from other people to getting it from the stripper clubs and shit like that. And then motherfuckers shoot that man-made video. You know what I'm saying? We ain't need Spike Williams. We ain't need Hype Williams. We ain't need nothing. Produced it everything ourselves. Oh, I said all the money coming home. Oh, the fuck of that. I'm in heaven, bitch. Oh, I said real shit. I'm in heaven. God damn it. Real shit. Real shit. But that's how you duplicate down here in this motherfucking shit. I said transmute everything. God damn it, your life is your job at that point. And what better job is your life if your life is this fun? Because God gave you creative gifts and talents. Ain't no better life than that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't no better life than that. I'm going to tell you that right now. I said real shit. You just create the whole world to look like you. I said now everybody, even the rappers, they even look at people like you. Especially people like me, like, damn, why the fuck am I spending $15,000 on a video? What do he doing? I said, now everybody's video look like mine. I said, real shit. Now, goddamn it, let's get with the program now. I said, let's get with the program now. Shit, YouTube made it possible. And people like me participating on shit like that made shit like that possible, bitch. I said, so that shit actually exists. It's actually possible you can get paid off your music video. I've been doing it for the past 10 years. Over that, bitch, over that. Real shit. Over that. And here's the thing. I'm an Aries, so I just do everything from the start. Man, don't let me get in no position where it's viral. It's lit. I'm already substantiated without it being lit like that. It's just regular. But don't let it be lit. Oh, it's over. It's over. Rap. I'm taking over the world. I'm taking over the world, bitch. Real shit. I'm taking over the world, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, also look, we got motherfucking Venus sextile and Pluto too. Pardon me. Venus sextile Pluto in Capricorn. Opportunities to love or value transformation based on your status or stability or who you are building with. So that's gonna be energy also that we all in that y'all might need to utilize to transmute in this motherfucking shit. Motherfucking opportunities to love or value transformation. A lot of y'all may not be transmuting that and shit like that. Shout out to Mastic Mommy. He said keep your ideas. Y'all see Jada Smith? He got a whole little video and shit like that talking about still in love. He changed it up a little bit to make it best as possible like it's his own ideas. Like, I'm saying, I'm the only one in the energy that's still in love, or just making songs like that and then having to take a sip in the esoteric world, or hit a joint in the esoteric world, or some shit like that. Oh, look at that. I don't want you to die. He had a big rainbow in his video. I mean, I look like my Flight Star Walker album cover. I'm the rainbow down there. I'm you. You're it. Shout out to Jaden Smith. Shout out to Jaden Smith. Real shit. Shout out to Jaden Smith. Just make sure I'm in the next video or something like that on some remix. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Or goddamn it, you gonna catch a whole live stream. You gonna catch a whole live stream because Uriel ain't on that kind of time this time. Uriel need his credit. Need his substantiated energy. Uriel got a whole soul group and subconscious community to take care of and a whole world to change. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to do God's duty and obligation, and you a celebrity, and you don't want to go to hell, take care of God's children. And don't go no further than that. And don't go no further than that. Real shit. Kiss my ass and God's and go to hell. You gonna pick one though. You go ahead and pick one. Can't serve two masters. Can't go two men. Can't serve two masters, bitch. Know what I'm saying? Also, like I said, we got Mars sextile and Jupiter. Well, let me go back to Venus sextile and Pluto because I don't think people quite understand that. Venus sextile and Jupiter is opportunities to expand or actually experience. Oh, not that. I mean Venus sextile Pluto. Venus sextile Pluto. Opportunities to love or value. Transformation. A lot of y'all get scared of transformation. So y'all be like, oh, no, I'm scared. Not right now, God. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. If you keep running away from Pluto gonna change some shit at a time you wasn't ready for it to change. You're gonna be like, I'm not ready. Ooh, I need a lint brush for this shit. They're like, oh shit, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Pluto is. You know what I'm saying? So you get ready to go through that little transition, that flunkety transition in your goddamn life and shit, and now you ain't gonna know you coming or going because you ain't even got the things to make you feel safe and comfortable anymore in this motherfucking shit. God damn, I'm changing clothes after this live stream. Saturday. I'm changing this. I was just in the car all day. You know, the phone, these new phones, technology add extra light spectrums to shit. But I see things that I don't even see in real life on my skin, on my goddamn clothes, everything. Like, it's like, what is this? They might as well be forensic files. I'm saying real shit. They want to find fingerprints or whatever like that. Goddamn it, whatever. Adam and Eve nut cloth stains on somebody's sheet who got raped or something like that. Man, all they need is these new phones and run it and just record a video. That's it. You see all kind of shit. I said you don't need no extra lights, nothing. Just push record on video on the new Galaxy or iPhone. That's it. You see all kind of shit you don't even know. Like, goddamn it, I swear I don't got no pimple in real life. I do now. I said, Raj, I swear this is some weird shit. I don't know what's going on with these new technologies. It's like shit that ain't even there. I ain't even got no pimple in real life there. Oh, but on here I do. That shit crazy on the motherfucker. Shit, I'm telling y'all, this shit is crazy. Now, don't go too far with the technology. This shit become unreal now. The little good digital line and frame wear shit, I mean, that's cool. Just don't go too far with it. I said don't go too far with it. You know, we all look like little pet Amazons and stuff. Don't go too far with it. Sam, real shit. They trying to get us lost in metaverse type shit for real. I said over that. Also, look, we all need to take this opportunity to expand, to love or value transformation when it comes to status, stability, and who you building with in this motherfucking shit. Because a lot of y'all don't be appreciating y'all gifts and talents. Y'all be letting it go in one ear and out the other, one chakra and out the other, so it never become useful with your hands, with your legs, your feet, to walk somewhere, to do these things. You know what I'm saying? It never become useful to that part. They always stay in la-la land, aka in that chakra, in your mind, in your hands. It never come out to reality. So sometimes I gotta get out of foggy buttercream cloud land and stuff like that, and y'all be okay. But during this particular time, that's what it's showing us with Venus sextile and Pluto. Man, like value that transformation. And don't be scared of how people gonna look or see you, because that's gonna attract people to see you anyway. And that's what you want? You can't want something but be scared of what come with it. You don't even actually want it then. Or you want it in some type of safe way where you could be seen as a god or a goddess in your way of God. And God don't give a fuck if that God ain't want no spirit trying to float around and be it and think you're going to be able to accomplish that. Get your flunked out ass somewhere. You're going to never get to no destination safe, peaceful, and sound. It's safe and sound. Because you around thinking that you the only G and everybody else is 8s without the G's. EHITs like MC8, man. The DJ quit killing them with battle rapping. I'm saying real shit. You the only one think that. God don't think that from you, though. You ain't shit to God either. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you think ain't shit, God look at you like you part of all of them too. So you need to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You talking to a motherfucker who wasn't shit first. God wasn't shit first. I said God was you before you. So how you gonna be somebody who ain't shit and think you somebody in front of something that wasn't shit before you? You know what I'm saying? Real shit, not you think you something. Y'all fucking humans is narcs. Y'all think y'all something else down here, but y'all egos real shit. How the hell y'all think y'all somebody to something that wasn't shit? Keyword, wasn't shit. All puns intended. Wasn't shit before you. How the hell you think, like, Lord Jesus Christ, y'all ain't shit down here as demons? Real shit. Hey, also, like I said, just get your mind regulated, your soul fixed, now you back on track. You back on track. Now you know how to not be shit God's way, because God wasn't shit before you, so you ain't gonna pull no wool over God's eye. You ain't gonna pull no wool over God's eye. You still ain't shit somewhere deep down inside. You just got lost in a mind, a chakra, and one of your body actions and what you have accumulated that thought you was somebody. I said that thought you was something. I said that thought you was the shit. You had a thought somewhere deep down there, God look at you and they ain't shit just like me. So please, I hope you ain't in front of me thinking you said, I said, real, that's how God think, bitch. Real shit somewhere deep down inside. God see your spirit. God like, man, hold on. This person ain't shit just like me. I wasn't shit before them. I hope this person ain't coming to me. Well, who you cast demons in the name out of? What's this person's name? Jesus, well, I don't know who you is. Get the fuck away from me. Over there. Real shit over there. God don't know who you be casting demons out of in the name of who, what, when, where, what? Abraham's ass, bosom of who? The fuck y'all funky ass spirit. Real shit. Y'all get too high. I'm trying to get close to the most high. That's a demon. God don't fuck with that nigga either. Now let's check this out. Y'all got, now we also got motherfucking Moon, Sextile, and Chiron in this bitch. But finishing off the goddamn Venus, Sextile, and Pluto. Opportunities to love or value transformation based on your status or stability or who you are building with in some way, shape, or form. Now, Mars, Sextile, and Jupiter and Pluto. Opportunities to love or value. Where, what? Abraham's ass, bosom of who? The fuck y'all funky ass spirit. Real shit. Y'all get too high. I'm trying to get close to the most high. That's a demon. God don't fuck with that nigga either. Now let's check this out. Y'all got, now we also got motherfucking Moon, Sextile, and Chiron in this bitch. But finishing off the goddamn Venus, Sextile, and Pluto. Opportunities to love or value transformation based on your status or stability or who you are building with in some way, shape, or form. Now Mars, Sextile, and Jupiter in this bitch, right? Pardon me. Mars, Sextile, and Jupiter in Aries. Opportunities to expand or actually experience your passions and motives in real time to add more meaning to your life. You know what I'm saying? So based upon that video I was just breaking down, that must be the spirit guys telling me that I'm about to experience that in real life. Now, so I'm actually about to have some participants. I said to do that video and shit like that. God damn it, we taking a goddamn flight soul group trip to Miami. You know what I'm saying? But look, like I say, for the most part, opportunities to expand or actually experience your passions or motives in real time to add more meaning to your life. Because if we don't put in the work, we ain't gonna manifest anything. See, if we put in the work, it don't matter if we accomplish, if we succeed, or we get rejected and something else happened that we didn't meant for. all of that play out as energy that we need, so next time we're still going for that godly goal, it's done in the right way, and it's the way that God wanted it to be, but we wouldn't have seen it to be that way if we didn't actually put our boots on or our sandals on the actual ground, men or women, to put in the energy work, to have the experience, go through something, to expand our mind, to add more meaning to whatever we're doing. You can't even, if you're not even doing anything, what meaning is you driving towards? You just somewhere in La La Land procrastinating, thinking you're doing spiritual work, where you really just somewhere coming up with fake woke shit of why not to do something. So you're not even going to be in the situations to know what you did right or wrong. You're somewhere being too smart for your own good, using your mind for shit it ain't made for, thinking you can come up with in your own mind of outcomes, and if you do this, and now it's going to be participating, and God ain't even going to give you the satisfaction to manifest shit in your life that you want, that don't even got nothing to do with that, because you're not participating in life at this point. You know what I'm saying? So you have to peak game in that spiritual realm too. This is how we self-sabotage ourselves sometimes, by being insecure where it ain't no motherfucking reason to be in this motherfucking shit, because all these situations put us in situations that we actually want to be in, regardless of everything we wanted to come with us in that position we seen ourselves in, going to be there or not. You know what I'm saying? Every family member can't come. Every friend can't come. Every associate can't come. But goddammit, but you going through that situation is how you even got to your position. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't gonna have no testimony or anything of that nature to even use to have that satisfaction to be a representation for God. God need people who are willing to go through these things so you can even be a representation in this motherfucker. Or you just some demon thinking that you can control the world with your own mind, and somewhere down the line you forgot it's teamwork makes the dream work in all scenarios, negatively and positively. Now, also, Mars sextile and Chiron in Aries, opportunities to communicate or think about your passion, your passionate mistakes, to get things back on track, or motivated to reconcile energy. So it's a lot of that reconciliation energy, whether you got to reconciliate with yourself. You may have lost yourself for the past couple years or past few months. So your ability to lose yourself, you're now finding yourself again based upon all these direct energies, all these planets, this airhead energy. You're able to logically think where you lost yourself in the first place. Thank you so much for the donation, Heaven God. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, I'm gonna check my emails today. I ain't had no chances to take my emails the past couple of days, so I'm checking my emails right after I get off of this. So for the most part, yeah, we're going to be on some energy where it's like you're able to reconciliate with something that you have left or put in the back seat as far as a goal, talent, something you have been gaining the courage for yourself to do, or something that you've been planning, or in some way, shape, or form. These are the energies that you are in as far as the reconciliate energies, or it could be with an actual family member or a goddamn friend or associate. And then opportunities to communicate or think about your passionate mistakes. So that'll be what the conversations or consist of, whether it's your own mind getting out of the shadow work, or you actually reconciliating with someone else. Y'all actually, before y'all can even get to any sweeping under the rug or spoiled milk under the refrigerator, starting to smell sour energy. Y'all got to clear other things up first. I said, let's talk about the mistakes first and shit like that. Let's talk about that first. For anything to be jolly, olive tree land. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the hard shit out the way first. Now things can be cleared. And now both or more parties, whoever all involved, can experience the blockages being lifted up. Now, because anytime you hold on a grudge or anything, that you know that you might not even be experiencing them same people, places, and things anymore. If you're not dealing with that energy in your own life, so you're not creating other scenarios where you're carrying those same traits, all the way down to get things straight with those actual individuals and things of that nature. That's carrying grudges, or that's carrying internal mind games and trying to win in areas where really people don't understand. That's actually you building a resentment or tower card for yourself and things of that nature, or you being in the wrong energy. So you have to keep that in mind too, where that itself is what it means when you're experiencing a blockage. That's the energy that's the block. The block is an accumulation of all those egos you was putting in, all those motherfucking mistakes and all them circumstances and shit like that you're not willing to take self accountability for. But you're not dealing with those situations where you actually have to take accountability. You can kind of just let it go, but you know deep down, every time you look at these scenarios, it make you look at yourself in the esoteric hall of mirrors. It make you question yourself. And even though you might try to change in the future, you still dealing with that lingering energy being reminded on what made you focus on that in the first place. And that right there that's what the block is, that you be experiencing in areas when you don't even be thinking about that. You be thinking about, oh, why I can't get this job right now? Well, I filled out the application, I got this PhD, I got that. That block is going to play out in that area too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're carrying traits, and you're trying to participate these traits in a space that those traits don't belong. And you're not going to have the key to open up that door for that opportunity as long as you got all those baggages in front of that door that you're knocking on at the moment to walk through that opportunity. They're going to keep that door locked, and all the gatekeepers, they might not know why they're not opening up to you, but it's going to play out in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension as there's a person's spiritual psyche filtered through a manager or whoever just not hiring you, feeling more comfortable hiring someone else. You know what I'm saying? Or it play out that way. But in our mental bodies, it's because of the type of body you in. And God don't like that kind of body. And when you're presenting yourself interacting with all other spirits doing the same thing, being in our spiritual fishy body, our mind swimming around in our conscious, we created that water energy. Every now and then, this is the scenario you may create for yourself, and that aura itself don't resonate with the aura that you're trying to be in, so you just going to create frustration and tension and friction with that space until you separate your mind, your piece of your bubble water, away from that area of those water flows and things of that nature, because it's not going to accept you to be a part of that flow because you're very resistant in an area. That's basically spiritually how you see it. You're resisting, and resistance play out as your elemental accumulation of water, fire, air, and earth. That's just that fluid. The flow of it is very negative than the way the flow and the direction of the flow of the position you want to be in, being the spirit inside of your mind wave. So you're not going to be able to go with the flow, and you're going to be trying to find ways to go with the flow, but that causes friction. It causes more ruffling, and it's going to play out in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension as you're not going to be able to mentally or physically fully be comfortable or agree to the full maximum potential with the environment and the people in that place also, whether it's your job, family, friends, or whatever like that, until you do enough shadow work to know that, separate from that space, or learn better ways to mix your elemental energy wave and make it go into the same direction as the energy wave that you're in. And that just in the 3rd dimension can play out as words in the encyclopedia as communication, reciprocation, being reciprocal, however that word is, not having your heart chakra blocked and things of that nature, and being open to create balance based upon relating, because relationships is about compromising, not how much you can uphold and do something and have the other person not be able to do that, but you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But yeah, so when you get into that motherfucker energy in the esoteric world and shit like that, that's how you actually, do things for God and motherfucker utilize your own energies and shit that you may need to do your own devil's advocate energy towards and get out of your own mess. Now, so Mars, Sextile, and Chiron is going to be opportunities to communicate or think about your passionate mistakes to get back on track. Now, Jupiter conjuncting Chiron, the power of being more wise or seeing mistakes from a mile away when it comes to our passions, motivations, sexuality, or our sexual energies, and individuality. So right now, that's what we're going to be doing right now also. We're going to be expanding, and we're going to have the power. So we might try to learn everything about these things. Learn everything about our sexual energies. If you went to astrology, you might find yourself during this particular time typing in your Venus sign a lot. Trying to learn your Mars sign, and trying to learn other people's Mars sign and better ways to sexually connect if things was uneasy or shit like that and shit. Because a lot of times it's about connection too. That's what people don't understand when it comes to the sex lingo too. And everybody can blend in, but everybody got their own way of blending in. And if our mentalities is not right, which is one of them is our Mars chakras, is not right, then it may throw things off based upon other things being there before y'all can truly connect, based on trust or other things going on, or not unsurety energies going on. That enables the female to fully ovulate, and sometimes that makes the male interacting with a person like that to probably not be able to get hard, or if they already a horny character because they got a lot of Mars in their chart, like Scorpio or something like that, or Aries, right? Then they may bust too fast in some way, shape, or form. So it's about connecting energies so each individual are not developing weirdness or uncomfortability with each other based upon what they're bringing from their own space. And when they're truly, that's why it's important to always be connected first before you actually, have sexual interactions with an individual. Because when you just out here horny and things of that nature, this is where a lot of mistakes happen. And then you could be with someone also who might got certain alignments and shit like that where they're not even into it like that. All of their natures is just to have sex and things of that nature. So for the most part, this is an individual who may be extremely forced in that area, but you see how it lack in all other areas in their life, how they have an inability of making money, have an inability of having stability, have an inability of obtaining attention, have an inability, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, everybody can blend, but it's important for everybody to learn that about each other and things of that nature. So, because everybody can have their own individual connection, therefore, you'll be able to look back or look at your future circumstances and be like, oh, okay, now I fully understand my energy, and now I know who I truly open up to, or if I am opening up to someone, I know what we can learn from each other, so when we do connect, is in the most way, and things of that nature. And therefore, that's when both individuals can please each other with that understanding in some way. But without that understanding there, it'll just be everybody getting like a dog getting his bone for both individuals, however the case may be. And how I just broke it down, that's why those type of situations play out that way. That's why it's a lot of rappers and shit like that that might be cheating on their girlfriends and shit when they're in another city and they go to a hotel and they get extremely drunk or something like that and can't get it up or something like that. And then they be sitting around thinking like, damn, well, let me just pay for this bitch a new purse or some goddamn shit that they see rappers from hitting y'all hard. They not. Yeah, my God told me to start using my Mercury in 8th house. But look, y'all start thinking around and shit like that, but it ain't got nothing to do with the alcohol. Because you could be drunk as fuck, but if you someone you truly connected with already, a lot of the work that you have to put in before having sex ain't there. So it's easy more to connect. What it is you mixing your energy too much. And for the most part, you're around someone where you're experiencing the heavy accumulation of their intentions and what they brought, and your pilot senses is tingling because you don't know them personally. And then they're having that same energy with you. So if y'all just both there on the shadow government, she know that she there because she get ready to get a Birkin purse, and you know she there because you get ready to fuck or whatever like that. A lot of times, if you're not heavily invested and you ain't pop a whole bunch of perkies or some shit like that, you still ain't even gonna be able to cheat. So your wife back at the crib, she might find out that you had another bitch at the hotel, and she gonna accuse you for cheating, and in your mind you gonna be like, damn, I didn't even get to enjoy it though because I couldn't even get it up and shit like that. And now Archangel Uriel is telling you why. Because your spirit was mixing with someone without a real connection, and you just doing shit out of lust, and it's not always gonna be successful when you do that. I'm saying, and that's how God works, bitch. All the way down to the point that if you really truly deeply connected with someone too, it might be a situation where you might have access to cheat, and God will play out the situation where it don't even get that far. You might have even tried it because you had an argument or something like that, and God won't even allow it to even get that far for you to even have somebody in your room for them to drop they pants, boxer briefs if you're a female, or they panties if you're a man. I was saying real shit. So that'd be the situation to think like, oh damn, what I'm doing? Let me take my ass back to the crib. I was saying real shit. I'm going out of bounds. Thank you, God. Or you might be a demon. You might be questioning something wrong with you and having expect. Now you shaking hands with the devil. It no longer got anything to do with God, and God giving you a message to take your ass back home. It got something to do with something wrong with you, and better luck next time, and let me try somebody else. And then boom, now you ain't got a household to even go to. Or the locks has changed because you ain't signed the divorce papers, but your wife ain't care. She ain't had no time to wait. It's another man in there now. You know what I'm saying? So your keys don't work. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So you thought you was doing something right and shit like that, and thinking was something wrong with you, and shook hands with the devil and got more separate from God. You see how that worked? So you'll start to realize at some point, shit ain't even worth it at some point. You ain't missing a goddamn thing. Get your life together, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever you want, God will put it in your lap, or God will give you the opportunity for you to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. It really don't go no further than that. And if you ain't doing that for God, you ain't on no real mission anyway, so don't expect no real circumstances in your life. I don't care if that's your business, family, co-workers, relationships. You ain't doing nothing for God. Don't expect anything to be on some type of way you planted in your mind. I'm saying real shit. And doing it for God, you automatically got to agree to the terms and conditions. You know it ain't going to be everything in your mind. So you already agreed to that terms and conditions is even doing it for God. And therefore, you will get shit manifested that you never even thought in your mind. Shit you never even thought you could expect. Shit you never even thought can happen. And that's how God always want to come to you, in miraculous and mysterious ways. And if you don't let God come to you like that, you're a goddamn demon. I said real shit. You gotta let God come to you. You gotta be naked. See, that's what that song really mean. Bucket naked. But it really mean being naked, being absent from the body and the mind. So you come into God as is, naked in that way though. You know, you just hearing it from an Aries voice, but it's still understanding that's a spiritual version of it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You coming naked. God don't need you with all that dirty cloth and all that shit, worrying about all that motherfucking shit. So when you come as is, that's how God could come to you with the most clearest perspective, with the most motherfucking clairvoyance. Pardon me. With the most clearest voyance. So any situation you start to participate in, you have the clear perspective of how to participate in it, and you don't miss no corner. You don't cut no corner. And any person, place, or thing within it, you're able to understand how you're able to interact with it. And the many multitudes of ways to interact with it for things don't go too far on a polar shift. And you can keep shit equalized. And the more abilities you have to keep shit equalized, that's how you keep yourself in control, or keep control of the circumstance in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. Even if there's people in a situation acting like they're out of your control, you control it from the spiritual world, all the way down to the point that you might be in a dangerous situation where it's time to get out. You're the one who got out of the situation at the right time. You see what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the donation. Take $1 million. You said people around me have said they cited you in a light body. Is that true, or should I disagree? They cited me in a light body? No, that's very true. No, I'm saying very true. I'll be floating around in all kind of esoteric worlds and things of that nature. You better motherfucking believe that shit. I know where I be traveling at before, so when motherfuckers see me in a light body and shit like that, Uriel down here to explain how spirits know how to do that. Other spirits, y'all got that ability to do that shit too. You know what I'm saying? We in the world, we in the real existence now. All of us need to realize we are these things they talking about in the goddamn Bible. So when you find your footprints in it, not just the Bible, everything. So when you find your footprints in the sand, you have more abilities to your power, how you do it, and things of that nature, then you'll be here doing what you do, and things of that nature. I'm Flight Boss. That's really the light god, Uriel. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, you're real. I was the first angel that became physical. So we're actually experiencing that physically 2,000 years ago before we started to experience the metaphysical version of creating each other with our minds. And it says, so it's teamwork makes the dream work. And then we became that other shift before the last shift we was in 2,000 years before that, and 2,000 years before that. But it'd be taking like a full 6,000 years for us to fully maintain a full atmosphere, which is a star, which is a sun. And all the beings inside it play out as the blood cells of that star, of that sun, aka an atmosphere. That's what a star is. So all of our 5 C's together is an atmosphere. And the atmosphere is not just the lowest version of it, what we call in water. We're just small as the cells experiencing it inside of it because we created it. So we're the nervous system. The air, all the different transitions is one thing. We're experiencing the transitions of it. Fire, water, and the air and earth in between. The material that get manifested out of the water and the air that get transitioned from the accumulation of fire and water interacting. Where it's really just different terms for the fluid having 2 temperaments. When one side get heavier than the other, it's cooler than the other. So it creates heat and wet. Or heat and fluid transition, and condensing and lighten up. And in the middle of that, we just call that air and earth. But it's really the transition of density levels, and we call it light and heavy, but it's really fire and water. You know what I'm saying? An accumulation of fire is a condensity, water. And then once it evaporates, right, based upon the other transitions that it made in between, we get to see it go back to the state that created the water in the first place, fire. So that we're in that bubble. That's a star we all created that we are inside of, playing out the blood cells. That's an actual organ, right? But it's a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional organ, a mind. and minds bend in on itself and become the 1, 2, and 3rd dimensional versions of it. Us experience the transitions, the air, wind, the earth, the trees, the seeds that get manifested out of it, the bushes, the us, or the scales, we just experiencing it being inside of it. See what I'm saying? Now, when our star interact with another star, a body of water, it emit a light. The light is not the stars. The shadow government just lost. The light is the lostness of making more accumulations of this. Seeing that transition, sparking another version of that transition, right? Because it's like a routine of how we become physical. It's light in weight, heavy condensity, accumulation, and that sparks creation, mutation, evolution. What we created mutate as an accumulation, and then it evolves. And now we got this. The lightest versions of it is the lightest versions of fluid, the Holy Ghost, the mind. The heaviest version of it is what we call material, earth. But all in between, we got transitions of it. Air, wind, thoughts, ideas, water, tears, sweat, tissue, sand, dirt. You get it? This we create it. We create that shit. That's when you get into ecliptic and all that shit. These are just words we're pointing to explain what the fuck we doing. That should be lostness. I'm getting y'all out of Galileo, and I'm getting y'all back into God's world. What God wants y'all to know. God wants y'all to know we created any concept of ecliptic. We created all the sun, moon, stars, all the blades of sands of the grass, God wants us to know we created this hell, find our way out of it. That's what God wants us to know. Period. We created this hell, and every fucking experience God show you. You could pray to your flunk that ass God all you want. That's a demon God, because your satisfaction only lead in the crumbs that the shadow government created. So that's their God. But God show you every day that you a demon and God ain't fucking with you, because you have to become a spiritual adult to be able to see it. There is no other reason why your life won't change unless you light a fire up under your ass. There is no such thing that things won't get moving unless you get up and write and sign that application. You get up and start and speak for that relationship. You get up and start using your hands to do that fucking job, or you gonna be stuck. So that's all the examples and knowledge that God need to give you to show you that if you want to get up off your ass and be like me, then you got to do things I did. Take self-accountability and responsibility and get the fuck up off your ass and know what you have created and take responsibility for that motherfucking shit. Other than that, whoever you've been talking to, I don't know that name. I don't know who you casting demons out of name. I don't know that motherfucker. Who dirty slippers is those that with wooden nails up under it and shit like that? And get the fuck away from me, because I don't know no dirty roach sperm from Lucy that evolved into a monkey that we don't see becoming humans here now. And that's fucking it. And we don't go no further than that. No, I'm saying God don't want to hear nothing else. God don't want to hear nothing. Shut down. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You get that shit the fuck away from God. Hope you don't play that, Jack. Hey, hope you don't play that, Jack. Oh, I said, real shit. I'm a businessman, not a businessman. I'm a Hey, I'll rest my case. No, look at that, real shit. No, look at that, bitch. I run this little community. I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight bus, bitch, you know, for sure. Been out listen to the mind of that Terry Smooth. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I made a kid like, God, do these and mother, hold on. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You know, listen to the bottom of the Terry Smooth. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I made a kid like, God, do these and motherfucking responsibilities. Pilotman coming with his amazing friends. A soul group, subconscious community. Go for that. A strip club video. Damn.